Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here. Welcome to Fire Emblem, the Blazing Blade. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Welcome in everyone. Sai, congratulations on being first. CB, welcome in. Angora, hello, hello. Luke, welcome to the stream. Kieran, thank you so much for stopping by. Danger, good to see you. And Burr, hello, hello. Hope you guys are all doing well today. I've been in a really Fire Emblem mood. Like a really Fire Emblem mood lately. Maybe it's just because Kieran's been finishing Radiant Dawn on stream, and it really makes me want to play Fire Emblem too. It's been a while. We did play Fire Emblem Engage on the channel, and that's the only Fire Emblem we've done on stream so far. Luckily for us, the GBA Fire Emblem games are available on Nintendo Switch Online, so that makes them easily accessible right now, for me at least, and I really thought this was a good time to play. I've been planning on playing this for a while, actually, so it was a matter of time. It was gonna happen. So for those of you new to Fire Emblem, or maybe lacking a little bit of backstory to Fire Emblem, let me tell you a little bit of history. So, they're just gonna keep replaying the opening, which is fine. So basically, in 2001, a game called Super Smash Bros. Melee came out. And as you know, that game has some unlockable characters in it, including Marth and Roy, who only have Japanese voices in that game too. And Marth and Roy, well, Marth is from the first Fire Emblem game, and the Fire Emblem series was doing quite well in Japan. So all the Western players playing was like, who are these guys? Who's Marth and who's Roy? What is a Fire Emblem? Where are these characters coming from? And at the time, you know, all the Fire Emblem games were only Japanese, but it got enough attention from the West that they're like, you know, let's try starting to release Fire Emblem games in the West. And so, Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade, was released in the West as just Fire Emblem, as the first Fire Emblem that we got, but it is the 7th game in the series, really. Now, it's kind of like Final Fantasy in that most of the games you can just kind of play independent of each other. They just share like gameplay elements and stuff, so you don't need to know about other Fire Emblem games to play this one. But interesting to note, so like we said, Marth is from the first Fire Emblem game. Roy is actually from Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade. And actually, Super Smash Bros. Melee came out in 2001, and Fire Emblem 6, The Binding Blade, actually did not come out until 2002. So, Roy was actually in Super Smash Bros. Melee before his own actual game came out. His debut game was Super Smash Bros. Melee. Basically, think of him as being an advertisement for the upcoming Fire Emblem Binding Blade for the Japanese. So, we got the game after his, Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade. And this game is about Roy's father. So this game Fire Emblem 7 takes place before Fire Emblem 6. It's a prequel. Now, a lot of people got very confused because obviously Roy and his father Eliwood look kind of similar, so when the game was coming out in the West and it was just called Fire Emblem, so no indication that it was the 7th game in the series, everyone was like, is Eliwood Roy? Is this Roy? Who's Roy? Where's Roy? Like, it was very confusing for a lot of people. So, Fire Emblem 6, 7, and 8 are all on Game Boy Advance. Fire Emblem 9 is the one for the GameCube, and then Fire Emblem 10 is the one for the Wii. So 9 and 10 are the Tellius games, the ones with Ike in them. And of course, when that one came out too, everyone was like, is that Marth? Who's this guy? Is he Marth? He has blue hair. Is he Marth? Like, it was just confusion for everyone back then. And also back then, I find, at least for me, acceptance of other cultures wasn't really quite there yet, right? Like, this was still a time in the world where people were like, ew, sushi, why would anyone eat raw fish? Or hearing other languages and people would laugh at it, going like, oh, Asian languages sound so weird. Like, this was a time where it was very new. And I remember when Melee came out, people were so confused, and a lot of people, you know, took a little bit of a laugh out of it, seeing Marth and Roy speaking in not English. So, we've come a long way. Now, personally, my first Fire Emblem game was Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, the one for the GameCube, Fire Emblem 9, Ike's game. That was my first Fire Emblem game, and I got it because, well, I wanted to get into Fire Emblem, and it looks cool, and it was in 3D. So I was like, this is cool. And I actually did not have that much interest in Fire Emblem Blazing Blade and Sacred Stones at the time. So I played Path of Radiance, and I was like, I actually really like the series. So then I went back and played Sacred Stones, and then I went back and played Blazing Blade. And so I know Path of Radiance and Sacred Stones pretty well, because I've beaten those games multiple times. This game, however, Blazing Blade, I think I've only beaten it once, so my memories of it are not as clear, because by the time I wanted to play it, I actually had to go and buy like a secondhand copy off someone online, because they no longer sold it anymore by the time I was getting into Fire Emblem. I was able to find Sacred Stones in the store, but I couldn't get this game, so I couldn't play it until much later, and so I really only played it maybe once, maybe 1.5 times through. So even so, we're going to treat this as a blind playthrough, just for the people who have not played this game, so no spoilers or anything like that, or anything that requires knowledge of events that haven't yet happened yet, okay? We're going to treat this as like our communal blind playthrough. I think that's really all I want to say. Yeah, again, this game is on the Nintendo Switch Virtual Console. Oh yeah, you can see my icon in the left side of the screen. I have a Jeremiah from Animal Crossing up there. I wanted to put a Fire Emblem icon up there, but I don't have any Fire Emblem Nintendo Switch Online icons, and apparently they were limited time, so I was like, oh darn it. So I had to pick something I already had, and Jeremiah is actually not my favorite Animal Crossing character. Drift is my favorite Animal Crossing character, but his birthday's not until October, which means I can't get his icon until October, because I think they rotate those out based on birthdays and months, and I keep forgetting every October to claim him, so we'll be Jeremiah for now anyways. So, let's get going. So because this was also the first Fire Emblem game to come to the West, they kind of tutorialized the beginning of the game, and I'll explain a little bit about what that means as we go. Jinju, welcome to the stream, thank you so much for dropping by, and also thanks for calling Kirby while I was talking. But I'm excited because I just like Fire Emblem. I want to play more Fire Emblem. You are a tactician, traveling across Eliwood. So I used to always call this Eliwood, but I'm going to try to say Eliwood because in Japanese it's Ereb, which is supposed to be short for Erebus from the Greek word Ereb. So I'm going to try to say Eliwood because I think it must be closer to what they originally intended. Set your name, birth, month, and gender. Use the control pad and the A button to enter info. To start with the default setting, simply select No. Enter information? Yes. So, because this was the first game, they thought that they would make it easier to tutorialize us by introducing us as a character. It's kind of like in Fire Emblem Awakening, where you can make your tactician Robin and customize it after yourself. But this is before that, so we're gonna be Kiro, of course. Kiro. Hey Chris, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, so I also wanted to say, like, my I really like Fire Emblem, but my Fire Emblem preference is I actually like Fire Emblems 6 through 10, so the GBA games and the Ike games, the most. After that, it's a little bit iffy, a little bit of hit or miss for me personally, because I know a lot of people got into Fire Emblem later than me. So, like, I love GBA games, I like the Tellius games, and I actually really liked Awakening. Awakening, of course, was kind of like the reintroduction of Fire Emblem into more mainstream culture. But then after that, I have a lot of, like, grievances with what the series has become. Like, just me personally. Like, I didn't really like Fire Emblem Fates, and this is probably, like, a hot topic, but I don't really like Fire Emblem Three Houses. In fact, there's a lot of things about Three Houses I don't like, and that's one of the ones that a lot of people love. So this is kind of my era of Fire Emblem personally for me. I actually didn't enjoy Engage though, because Engage I felt like the gameplay was back to what I wanted. Maybe not the character designs or the story, but the gameplay was back to what I wanted. But yeah, pretty much everything up till Awakening is kind of like my favorite era of Fire Emblem, and then after that it's like a little bit of ups or downs. I know a lot of people when they think Fire Emblem, they think Three Houses. Personally, that's not mine, but again, it's just a personal preference. So basically, if you choose a different birth month, you'll see my element changes. So units in this game that have the same element as your tactician get like a little buff. It doesn't really matter that much. I'm just gonna go with my actual birthday, March. Oh. I was like, what's this info button for? I think that's all I want to say. Oh yeah, and I think someone's gonna ask me about this too. But Fire Emblem Heroes, the gacha game. I was very excited when Fire Emblem Heroes was coming out, because I was like, oh, I can finally build my dream army with characters from all my favorite Fire Emblem games all together. And that game was such a big disappointment to me. Like, I know it's a mobile game, so, you know, they made the maps small with gigantic squares, and you can only have 4 people at a time, and they kind of, like, greatly simplified everyone's personality into, like, 1 trait per person, so it's like, whatever 1 trait the person had for their personality, that became their entire identity. I'm not a fan of gacha games where usually like every character is drawn by a different artist, so they look a little bit mismatched. Story wasn't for me, and I still played it for a while, but then the power creep was awful in that game, so I don't like Fire Emblem Heroes. People love Fire Emblem Heroes, I really don't like Fire Emblem Heroes. I don't like mobile gacha games in general. I just know someone's going to ask me about that later, so let's just get that out of the way right now. Press start to finish, okay. Are these settings you want to use? Yes. Prologue, a girl from the plains. Are you awake? I found you unconscious on the plains. I'm Lyn of the Lorca tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name's Kiro. What an odd-sounding name. But pay me no mind. It is a good name. I see by your attire that you are a traveler. What brings you to the Sakai Plains? Would you share your story with me? Huh? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. Kiro, wait here for me. Oh no, bandits! They must have come down from the Bird Mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. If that's all of them, I think I can handle them on my own. You'll be safe in here, Kiro. What? You want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? Oh, I see. So you're a strategist by trade. An odd profession, but... Very well, we'll go together. Oh, they're like hidden in the corner here behind my VTuber. Look at us, we're so cute. Over here! If you want to help, Kiro, I could use your advice. I'll protect you, so stay close to me. Unit information. Lyn is the blue unit. The enemy units are red. Kiro, you are green. Kiro, you're just green. You're a different color. Essentially, battle consists of blue allied units and red enemy units taking turns moving on the field. You're only here as a strategist, Kiro. You only appear during special events. You don't even actually appear most of the time. Your job as a strategist is to place the cursor on blue units to issue their orders. First, select a unit. Place the cursor on Lyn and press the A button. Government assigned unit colors. Hey Disnell, welcome to the stream. And this is so nostalgic. I need to be closer to the enemy. You've selected Lyn. When a unit is selected, the map changes color like so. Lyn can move anywhere in the blue area. Move her to the space with the flashing cursor. Place your cursor there and press the A button to finish. Yes, this should be close enough. Uh-oh, that bandit spotted me. He's coming this way. Let's close in and attack. Hey Aru, welcome in, thanks for the hood redeem. Select Lyn. Move to one of the areas adjacent to the bandit. I have to be right next to him to attack. Now strike. Select attack. I love how straightforward this tutorial is, because of course it was the first English game to come out. You might recognize that music from Smash Bros. If you're not a Fire Emblem person. Victory! But I've been injured. I have need of a vulnerary. Hey Bill Rose, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. There's another bandit over by the Gur to the west. You don't know what a Gur is? It's a type of round hut. Many nomads live in huts like these. Huh. I would do well to use this time to administer a little first aid. Move to the space marked by the flashing cursor. I'm carrying a couple of vulneraries in my satchel. They should heal me up. Would you get one for me? Open the item menu and select a vulnerary. Next, choose Use. Thank you, Kiro. Now let's go get that brigand over by the Gur. When I was getting into Fire Emblem, it was also around the time I started wanting to get into digital art and stuff. But at the time, I also didn't really have access to a lot of things. I started off with editing Fire Emblem Gameboy Advance sprites. Like, I would take them and I would recolor them and make my OCs, or my friends, or me with them. And I would do it on Microsoft freaking Paint. That's how I got into digital art. And I even started doing like portrait edits. Like, I would mash together different characters' portraits, like their hair and their faces and their clothes, and make my original characters on MS Paint. And then I would animate them with the sprite sheets too. And that was actually pretty good. It got me like started into digital art and learning a little bit about how to use programs, and then I moved on to like Photoshop, and I learned how to do that, and then I like did some simple animations, I did some like character recolors, and then I started drawing my own characters. It was a very long time ago. Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to Bata the Beast? Oh, he's tough. It all comes down to this next blow. Kiro, if I fall, I want you to flee. You must escape. I mean, I actually will die if he hits me. But it's a tutorial! What? How did you... There's just something so charming about the GBA sprites. I was so mad when after Radiant Dawn, because I was like, oh, the game's like Fire Emblem's moving into 3D, and then they decided to go back and they remade Marth's game, but they used like sprite graphics that looked worse than the GBA ones, and I was so bad. I was like, why would you do that? And it wasn't until Three Houses that we actually got like actual 3D models again, and I was so mad. Ooh, that was close. I sorely underestimated him. Sorry if I worried you. I'll need to be stronger if I'm going to survive, strong enough that no one can defeat me. Lyn gains experience in each encounter. When she has enough experience, she will level up. As she increases in level, her abilities improve. Over time, she'll grow much stronger. It's time to bring this chapter to a close. Select Lyn and move her to the gate where Battle the Beast was standing. Select C's to complete Lyn's victory and your own. Hey Alan, welcome in. Yes, I was so mad because Awakening had these ugly, footless, chibi 3D models. And I was like, damn it, how did we get from Radiant Dawn to this? It took so long for us to get 3D progress again in the series. Good work, Kiro. Let's go home. Good morning, Kiro. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Yeah, because I did so much, Lyn. I did so much during that fight. Say, Kiro, I want to talk to you about something. You have some experience in the ways of war, I can see. Would you allow me to travel with you? What? You want me to get permission from my parents? My mother and my father died 6 months ago. My people, the Lorca, they don't... I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain, and I wanted to protect our people. But I'm so young, and our people were old-fashioned. They wouldn't follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry. I've been alone for so long. No, no more. I will shed no more tears. Thank you. I'm better now. Kiro, I must become stronger, so I may avenge my father's death. Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here alone. Kiro, tell me you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you. You will? That's wonderful. Thank you, oh thank you. We'll be better off working together. I know it. You'll be my master strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. We could do it, right? Hey, Battle Clocker, welcome to the stream. Yeah, being green takes a lot out of me, man. Travel with Lyn, Kiro. Give her your aid and master the art of combat. She's putting a lot of trust in me. I mean, it's almost like the beginning of Three Houses, where it's like, you do one battle, poorly I might add, and then you get in charge of teaching an entire class of an academy. Complete the tasks set out in each chapter and help Lyn in her quest. Turn the instruction window on or off by pressing select. The apprentice tactician Kiro and the young sword fighter Lyn. A strange pair on an even stranger journey. To prepare for the long road ahead, they go to Bulgur, the commercial center of Sakai. Unbeknownst to Lyn, she will discover something that will alter her life forever. Chapter 1, Footsteps of Fate. Kiro, over here. This is Bulgur, the biggest city in all of Sakai. We should purchase supplies for our journey. Oh, my heart, what a dazzling vision of loveliness. Huh? Wait, oh beauteous one! Would you not favor me with your name? Or better yet, your company? Where are you from, Sir Knight, that you speak so freely to a stranger? Ah, I thought you'd never ask. I'm from Lucia. I hail from the Kalen Canton, home to men of passion and fire. Shouldn't that be home to callow oafs with loose tongues? Ugh, you're even lovely when you're cruel. Let's go, Kiro. I have nothing more to say. Wait, please! Sane, hold your tongue. Kent, my boon companion, why so severe in expression? If your manner were more serious, I wouldn't have to be so severe. We still have a mission to complete, Sane. I know that, but how could I remain silent in the presence of such a beauty? It would have been discourteous. So for those of you that also don't know, Kieran Young, the VTuber, my best friend, is the voice actor for Sane in Fire Emblem Heroes. So we will try to use Sane a little bit more this playthrough in honor of him. What do you know of courtesy? Excuse me, you're blocking the road. If you'd be so kind as to move your horses. Of course, my apologies. Thank you. You at least seem honorable enough. Pardon me, but I feel like we've met before. I beg your pardon. Hey, no fair, Ken. I saw her first. Ugh. It seems there are no decent men among Lycia's knights. Let's go, Kiro. I've run out of patience. Wait, please, it's not like that. Sane, you lout! Huh? Not like that. I thought you were... I am not you. Come, we must follow her. I suspect she might be... You what? She's our mission? You're joking. Wait. Run, we're being pursued. Could it be those knights from town? No, it's not them. These men are out for blood. Aren't you the pretty one? Your name's Lindis, is it not? What did you call me? Who are you? Such a waste. An absolute waste. The things I'll do for gold. Oh well. Time to die, darling. Come on out, boys. Oh no, there are more than I can handle. But I'll not give up. Hey, there she is. Huh? What? Oh, finally caught up. Hold, you there. What is your business? Such numbers against a girl? Cowards, every one of you. You're from... We can discuss that later. It appears these ruffians mean to do you harm. If it's a fight they want, let them look to me. Stand back, I'll take care of this. No, this is my fight. Stay out of my way. Well, I can't just stand here and do nothing. I have a solution. You there, command us. I'm Kent, a knight of Lycia. My companion is Sane. We will follow your orders in this battle. Is this acceptable, my lady? Yes, it is. Kiro and I will lead. Let's go. You're called Kiro? I want to impress my beauteous one. Let me attack first. Yeah, so since they knew this game would be the first one in the West, that's why they made the beginning of this more tutorialized for everyone. Because they knew it was going to be the first one released, like, internationally. But that's also why Lyn's Tale is a little bit more of a prologue. And then on your second playthrough, you can skip it if you want. Blue units are allies. Direct them on the field as you did with Lyn before. Be warned, if Lyn is defeated, your journey is over, as is your game. Also, for people that are newer to Fire Emblem, this might be a surprise to you, but these games were known for having permadeath before. They didn't introduce casual mode until later, which again was also to entice new people for coming into the game, or the series. But the point of this was really, you're supposed to keep everyone alive. And, you know, back then video games were also designed to be harder and more replayable and keep you playing, so, right, like games that have, like, you know, limited save points, for example, they don't auto-save everywhere. It's the same with this, right? If you have a unit killed, you might choose to just restart the whole chapter, and that was very normal back then. Which again, for people who've only played Fire Emblem past like Awakening, that might be like a whoa. But that was the appeal of the series back then too. If other blue units are beaten, the game will continue, but fallen companions will be unable to return to battle for the rest of the tutorial. Use caution and good judgment. After all blue units have been moved, it automatically becomes the enemy's turn. To begin with, select Sane. Place the cursor on Sane and press the A button. I also love these, like, small versions of their portraits here, because they have, like, such goofy smiles, because, of course, they couldn't just take the portraits and just shrink them down, because you would lose all the facial features, so they had to, like, redesign them into, like, smaller versions with, like, goofy little, like, smiles with, like, straight little lines and, like, little beady eyes. It's so funny. Yeah, so with the GBA games, like, you could link them together with, like, a Game Boy Advance link cable and stuff, and so you can get bonuses for doing that too. Sadly, Fire Emblem The Binding Blade was never officially localized. The game that comes before this one, that happens after this one. Direct my arm! Like, look at these little, like... Look at these little portraits. I love them. They're so funny. Attack! Move me to a space next to my foe. Well, good job, Sane. Whoa, I missed? Sane, why aren't you using your sword? The lance is more heroic. A knight should look heroic, don't you think? You're hopeless. If you don't take fighting more seriously, you're gonna find yourself on the end of a blade. Truth be told, I forgot to buy a sword. Forgot, or were you simply too busy dallying with the ladies? Don't be so mad. I'll be fine with a lance, I'm that good. I prefer to rely on your skill, not your empty bragging. Take my spare blade and use it to attack next time. Are you sure? My thanks, Kent. You're almost more trouble than you're worth. Almost. Kiro, allow me to make up for my companion's blunder. I'm at your command. Weapons possess a unique hierarchy. Swords, best axes. Axes, best lances. Lances, best swords. This is called the weapon triangle. Remembering this is of the utmost importance. First, let's illustrate that swords are strong against axes. Select Kent. The enemy wields an axe. Use my sword for my attack. Yeah, I like the little trot after they do their attack. It's so... Again, these sprites are just so charming. He's almost defeated. Now let's deliver the final blow. I must be next to the enemy. Kiro, give me another chance! Axe-wielding foes should be met with swords. Brandish your blade. Come on, Sane. Ah! Sane, are you alright? Yes, I am. I was able to dodge in time. I can't believe he evaded my sword strike so easily. This is no jest. Look closely, the enemy is hidden in the woods. The branches make it difficult to attack, don't they? You're right, I was so focused on attacking, I didn't see. Your lack of attention may someday cost your life. Fine, I understand already. Let it go, Kent. If you truly understand, then act like it. Kent worries too much. He's gonna grow old before his time. Each type of terrain has unique characteristics. For example, look at woods and plains. Battle an enemy from the woods and an enemy will likely miss you. However, your attacks will be unimpeded, giving you a distinct advantage. The same is true for foes. If an enemy is in the woods, he is more difficult to hit. Factoring in your terrain benefits to the weapon triangle is vital in combat. The window at the bottom of the screen gives information on the terrain the cursor is placed on. Check to see what terrain type is advantageous by using the cursor. Now let's put this to the test. Select Kent. I'm ready for battle. Command me as you will. So this part's actually hidden under my Vtuber model, but you can see here. Like, Fire Emblem is actually just a game about math, really. It's all about math. All about your stat points and the way damage is dealt and like terrain, and then you factor in like the weapon triangle and stuff. It's just math and resource management, which is why I love it. Let's use my sword to attack. It seems like a wise decision to leave that bandit to the knights. Well, you're not close by anyways. For my part, if I'm gonna take care of the other foe, I'll need to close the distance between us. The Knights of the Woods are advantageous, right? In that case... That looks good. Let's move there, Kiro. I love how I'm, like, seemingly this, like, bodiless entity that is able to view the battlefield from top down and shout commands at people no matter where they are on the terrain. Your name is Sane, right? Yeah, Sane, the gallant man of Kaelin, that's me. If you insist, why have you not healed yourself? Huh? Hey, I've been injured. What a cat I am. To wrinkle that perfect brow of yours with worry for me? I was thinking of giving you a vulnerary, but it looks like you're fine, so never you mind. No, wait, I'll take it. Please, I'll take it. To give away an item, use the trade command. Trade can only be used by units that are adjacent to one another. Let's use the trade command now. Select Sane and move him next to Lyn. That's not Sane. I must use the vulnerary to put my lady's mind at ease. Kiro, bring me to her. I can't keep such a generous offer waiting. The healing power of love awaits with yon angel. Kiro, tarry no longer. Forgot that you guys all kind of speak funny. Hey Venator, welcome in, thanks for calling Kirby. Now select the trade command. Sane's and Lyn's possessions will be displayed together. Use the cursor to select a vulnerary from Lyn's items and give it to Sane. After you finish your trade, press the B button to end the process. The B button is the cancel button. It can be used to rescind mistaken commands and other things. Place the cursor on Lyn's items. Press right on the control pad. Press up or down on the... Like, they really tutorialize you on every little thing. This is how you move your cursor. This is how you select things. Press the A button to accept the vulnerary from Lyn. Press the B button to stop trading. Sane can now use Lyn's vulnerary. Select the vulnerary from the items and use it. Furthermore, mounted units have the unique ability to move again. Essentially, this allows cavalry to move the number of spaces left in their movement range if they haven't done so already. However, the attack command, among others, nullifies the move again ability, so be careful. Select Sane and order him to move again. Ah, much better. Thanks, Kiro. And you have my gratitude as well, my angel. Mission goals change from chapter to chapter. This chapter's goal is to defeat all enemies. Check the chapter goals in the window to the upper right of the screen. To open the map menu, place the cursor on the unoccupied space and press the A button. You can confirm the chapter goals here by choosing status from the menu. The map menu also has the suspend command. This is useful if you need to stop a chapter midway. Time to continue this chapter. Best of luck! the button for me to examine? Oh, there we go. Okay, now we can play, right? He already has a low hit rate. I don't think I need to wait in the woods. You know what? I'll do it anyways. Oh, he's just gonna go for Sane. Okay, that's fine. You're level 2. You're level 1. You know what, Sane? You can get the kill. We'll give this to Kieran. Thanks, puppy. Oh, he's not gonna come for me? Okay, fine. Be that way. 6 defense, 2 defense. I'll let you. You can tank it. Oh, she got a crit with 4%. Dang. She was out for blood. I don't want Kent to get the kill, though. But whatever, I'll bait him here. Oh, he's not even gonna come for me. Okay, sweet. But I want Lyn to get the kill, so I'm gonna move her close first. I don't want Sane to kill him. Accursed knights always tampering on others' affairs. Good night, puppy. Thanks for coming by the stream. I also like the dodge sound. It sounds kind of goopy. It's like... Blast! There was only supposed to be a lone girl. So the way growths work in Fire Emblem 2 is when you level up, every character has their own growth rate. So there's a percentage of each stat going up, so they're not fixed here. But of course, a higher percentage means a higher chance of it getting increased. You could get screwed over by RNG, but like on average, characters will have like a certain average number of stats they'll usually end up to. But in case of those of you who are new to Fire Emblem wondering where those stat ups are coming from, that is where. So they're random, but they're adjusted to the growth rates. That's the last of them. Fantastic work, Kiro. I love seeing these like GBA artworks like scaled up. It's so funny. You can see like they're also like grainy, but it gives it like a little sense of nostalgia. And now for these Knights of Lucia. You are going to share your story with me. Yes. We have ventured from Lyn in Lycia in search of someone. Lycia? That's the country beyond the mountains in the southwest, isn't it? Correct. We come as messengers to the Lady Madeline, who eloped with a nomad some 19 years ago. Madeline? Our lord, the Marquis of Kalyn's only daughter. He was heartbroken his own daughter would abandon him so. Eventually, the Marquis simply declared that he had no daughter. And then this year, we received a letter from Lady Madeline. It said that she, her husband, and their daughter were living happily on the Sakai Plains. The Marquis was ecstatic to learn he had a granddaughter of 18 years. I remember the smile on his face when he announced that he'd suddenly become a grandfather. The granddaughter's name is Lindis. This was also the name of the Marquis's wife, who passed away at an early age. Lindis? That she should bear this name thawed the Marquis's heart. Now his only wish is to meet his daughter's family at least once. This is why we're here. We didn't know that Lady Madeline died a few days after sending her letter. We only learned this shortly after we arrived here in Bulgar. But we also learned all was not lost. Her daughter yet lives. We heard that she was living alone on the plains. I knew it immediately. You are Lady Lindis. Why would you think that? Your resemblance to your departed mother is remarkable. What? Did you know my mother? I'm sorry to say I've never met her directly, but I saw her portraits in Castle Kalyn. To the rest of my tribe, I was always Lyn. But when I was with my parents, when it was just the three of us, I was Lindis. It's all so strange. I was all alone in the world, and now I have a grandfather? Lindis, I never thought I would hear that name again. Wait, that bandit, he called me Lindis too. What? How could he have? He was a henchman of Lord Lundgren, wasn't he? Lundgren? Who's that? He's the Marquis's younger brother. Everyone assumed the Lady Madeline was gone forever. This made Lord Lundgren heir to the Marquis's title. To be blunt, Millie, your existence is an obstacle to your granduncle's ambitions. But I have no interest in inheriting any title. Unfortunately, your granduncle's not the sort of man to believe that. I believe the attempts on your life will persist. What will I do? Accompany us to Kalyn. Continuing on this way is dangerous. I feel I have little choice. I will go with you. Kiro, I'm sorry. This changes everything. What will you do, Kiro? Do you want me to decide? Of course, your companionship will do much to ease my journey, but it's gonna be so dangerous. You'll come? Are you sure? Thank you. Let me ask once again for your friendship and for your aid. Hey Juan, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. You like this game? Good to hear. A small altar lies on the outskirts of Bulgar. This ancient temple, sacred to the people of Sakai, has long been known for its powerful bond to the world of spirits. Before starting their journey, our travelers come here to pray for their well-being. At this altar, Lyn's hand is directed to a grand inheritance. Chapter 2, Sword of Spirits. Hey look, more green people. Kiro, hold a moment and allow me a short detour. There's a sacred sword enshrined in an altar east of here. The people of Sakai go there to pray for their safety at the onset of a long journey. Oh, how quaint! The teachings of Elimine have the most followers in Elim. It's nice to see that here at last, or here at least, the ancient customs are still observed. Old man, stay where you are and hold your tongue. Threaten me as you will, but I'll not give up the Manikati. The Manikati is a sacred blade under divine protection. It cannot be removed from its place of rest. You're a fool, old man. What good's a sword if you don't use it? Use it? In combat? Sacrilege! Sacrilege! I am glass! The gods fear my name, my swordplay is peerless. And if I want this sword, then this sword I shall have. I don't think glass is a very intimidating name, dude. Now get out of my way! Oh! This is it. It's more magnificent than I imagined. This sword was made for a swordsman of my skill. Huh? What's this? I can't draw the sword from its scabbard. The spirits of the blade have judged you. You have been found wanting. They have rejected you. What? Listen, you senile old fool. You value your own life. You'll get out of my sight. Curses, miserable spirits. I care nothing for you. I'll tear this altar down stone by stone. I beg your pardon, milady. Are you headed east to the altar? Yes, we are indeed. Then you must hurry and help the priest there. I saw a band of local ruffians head in there not long ago. They seemed intent on stealing the altar's sacred sword. The Manichati, they're gonna steal it. I cannot allow this to happen. You look like a virtuous group. Please help him. Lindis, what are you planning? If you hope to go to the priest's aid, you'll need to prepare. You're right. Say, Kiro, there are some homes to the south of us. Perhaps we should go there and question the residents. The 3 buildings to the south are homes. You can speak with the people who live there. They sometimes give you combat hints or useful information about the land and the people. It pays to listen. Shall I take the lead? Alright. Tell me, what would you like me to do, Kiro? I'm gonna visit that home, right? Just point me in the right direction. You want me to visit that home, right? I understand. Well, you don't give me much choice. You won't let me select anyone else. Say, aren't you the... Oh, you're going to help the priest. Well, perhaps you could benefit from something I saw earlier. The bandits may have this main entrance guarded. However, one of the altar's walls is cracked and in poor repair. You might be able to create another entrance by hitting that section with your weapons. We're all counting on you. Next, send Sane to visit another home. Start by selecting Sane. I'm next, am I? Well, I'm ready to go. Mountains make it more difficult to be hit, but they're difficult to traverse. If you're riding on horseback, you can't cross them at all. Be careful. Remember, your mounted units possess the ability to move again. After moving, cavalry can move the rest of their movement range unless they've received attack or staff commands. This also goes for units mounted on Pegasi and Wyverns. Now give Sane his orders. Finally, let's send Kent to visit the remaining home. This visit isn't necessary for combat purposes. However, its residents may have useful knowledge. I recommend stopping by. Select Kent. I'm next to move, am I not? I await your command. If only we had goat mounts, they could probably climb mountains. That would be interesting. Do you know much about the sword held at the altar? It's called the Manichati, blessed by the spirits. According to the priest, the Manichati is waiting for its rightful owner to appear. It's so odd, don't you think? The idea that a sword can choose who will wield it. More tutorial. You should know something about fortresses. Fortresses offer more protection than woods do. Fighting from space in a fortress is beneficial. Remember, this holds true for friend and foe alike. Keep this in mind before engaging your enemy. Fortresses also allow injured units to regain hit points. Your units automatically regain some HP at the beginning of your turn. The HP you recover in one turn is fairly small. As long as you remain in the fortress, you'll regain HP every turn, so full recovery is possible. There are other places where units can recover HP, including castle gates, thrones, and areas where bosses are found. Hey Yama, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. You can just hang out here, I guess. This chapter's goal is seize the throne. The leader of the enemy is on the throne now. Defeat him and have Lyn seize the throne to finish this battle. His name is Glass. He's a sword-bearing mercenary. Think of the weapons triangle. What weapon is able to best a sword? Correct, the lance. Using the right weapon is like a shortcut to victory. To get into the altar, try using the method that you heard earlier. It's up to you, Kiro. Good luck. Your name is Glass, well mine is Steel. This guy can't go this way. I need Sane to get the next level up. You know, do you think if I just hurl a rock at Glass, do you think he'll break? Actually, I'll get Lyn to start attacking the wall. Ta-da! That's it! Come on, Zane, you're holding back on me. Come on, Kent, you can do better than that. Who wants the XP? Okay, you could just chill over here, Kent, I guess. Break that wall! Yeah, man, thank you so much for following me and being a Froggy friend as well. Goodbye. Come on, get some XP. Do you have a vulnerary? Yes, you do. What if I start attacking the boss? I guess I might as well. I mean, you don't have a lance, though. That's okay. I can take 2 hits of 7. Oh, you like my froggy sounds? Thank you. Who do you think you are? What chance do you think you have against me? Take this, Glass. Good job. Gotta change his name to Shatter. I don't want you to get the kill. Or do I? Level 3. You're level 2. I guess you could level up. Oh, you're gonna be fancy about this, Zane. You get a crit with a 2%. You. Everyone's just critting everywhere. They're so extra. Oh, pretty good level up, Zane. Sometimes you'll get items after defeating enemies. A single unit can carry a maximum of 5 items. You might need to drop some old items to pick up new ones. Bear this in mind. You can see what items your enemies will drop by checking their inventories. Place the cursor on an enemy or ally, then press the R button to view their personal data. This data screen contains information about the unit you selected. Press the control pad left and right to change pages and view items. If any of the items are glowing yellow, you'll get them if you defeat the unit. Don't forget. Well, I'm not gonna claim the throne yet because I want to kill this guy. So I learned something interesting a while back, but in Fire Emblem, the way they roll the RNG for the numbers is actually in your favor. Basically, and the games don't tell you this, the game actually rolls the number twice and then takes the average of the two numbers to take whether you hit or miss. Now, why does that make a difference? It basically means that any numbers that are already low actually have an even lower hit rate, and any numbers that are high actually have a higher hit rate. So if you have something like 40% hit rate, the 40% is actually lower than 40%, and if you have a 60% hit rate, it's actually a little higher than 60 just because of the way the math works. But yeah, they actually they curve it in your favor without telling you. That's why sometimes when the enemy has, let's say a 50% chance and they miss you, and you would have died otherwise, you feel cool, right? You feel powerful, when it was actually a less than a 50% chance. Or if you, have a number that appears, let's say you have, a 60, and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll hit the enemy, it's actually a slightly higher chance than a 60. So when you do hit it, you feel, oh, RNG was in my favor. It gives you that rush. It's one of those ways that the video game tricks you into thinking you're a little bit more badass than you actually are, which is kind of clever. With the crits too, I don't think so. I think the way they roll it is probably kind of similar, but it's not. The whole distinction about rolling twice is not a distinction between just you and an enemy, though. It works both ways. But it just so happens that because, here we're fighting axe users and the enemies generally have less, accuracy than you, it works in our favor, but it actually works both ways. But it's kind of interesting. It's kind of like in some video games how, your HP bar is actually algorithmic or exponential and instead of linear. So it looks like you might have, really low HP on your HP bar, but actually the small piece of your HP bar that's left is actually bigger than it seems. So you think you're badass because you're like, oh, I fought off all these enemies with a tiny HP bar flashing red the whole time. It's actually because that part of the HP bar is higher than it appears. That they do that in, I think, Assassin's Creed. So it's another one of those ways the games trick you into thinking you're more badass than you are to give you that rush and keep you playing, which is pretty ingenious. Game design's pretty interesting. Games will lie to you right to your face to make you feel cooler. Ah, your clothing. Are you of the Lorca tribe? I'm Lyn, the chieftain's daughter. Are you hurt, sir? Thanks to you, I am unscathed. You have my gratitude. And the sword is safe. Yes, I have sealed the sword safely away. Until I remove my spell, the sword cannot be drawn. Now, as a token of my gratitude, I shall allow you to lay hands upon the Manikari. Touch the blade's pattern and pray for a safe journey. Oh, thank you so much. Huh? What did... The sword, it's glowing. Ah, it's the power of the spirits. Lyn, they have looked into your soul, and they call out to you. What does that mean? You are its rightful owner. You are to wield the Manakati. No, I can't. I couldn't. It's the sword's wish. If you require proof, draw it from its sheath. It came out effortlessly. I've never dared to hope that I might meet the wielder of the Manakati in my life. I'm indeed fortunate to see your sword reach your hands. My sword? It is time for you to go, Lyn. You face a great many ordeals. Grip this sword and meet your destiny head-on. Yes, sir. Hey Talus, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for following me and being a froggy friend. Got the Manakati. So this is the Manakati, a blade with no equal. This is all so unbelievable. Perhaps the most famous sword in all of Sake, in my hand. It's not so strange. In fact, many legends tell similar tales. Special blades all over the land call out to their proper owners. And yet, when I saw you draw that blade, Lindis, I felt something extraordinary. That sword was waiting for you. You were meant to draw it. Stop it. I'm nothing special. Think of it this way. Some weapons feel more comfortable in your hand, right? Well, the Manakati itself feels very comfortable with you. Does this make it any easier for you to accept? It doesn't appear that either of us can use it. It does feel right in my hand, a blade that only I can wield. That seems reasonable enough. I can understand that. Look at it, Kiro. This is the Manakati. This is my sword. Every time she looks at me, it's like she's looking into the camera in like the office or something, because no one else does it. I must care for it well. I'm just a figment of her imagination. What? Madeline's daughter's still alive? Yes, Lord Lundgren. The girl's traveling with Kent and Sane. What are your orders, if we let them be? Bah, I've heard of that northern burn is full of bandits. She's just a girl. She'll not survive her journey here. I'm more concerned with my older brother. His life must be ended quickly. The poison. There must be no blunders. Yes, my lord. He suspects nothing and continues to drink it. The Marcus's death, due no doubt to sudden illness, is not far off. Soon. Soon Kaelin will be mine. Uh-oh, stinky.